We're good.
All right. Good evening. Calling to order the Common City Council meeting for the City of Brookings for Monday, June 9th at 7 p.m. Let's stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And roll call.
Counselor Malmberg.
Here.
Counselor Pareda.
Here.
Counselor Martin.
Here.
Counselor Fulton. Here. Mayor Hodges.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Thank you. Next, we have ceremonies, appointments, and announcements. The Americanism Proclamation from the Emblem Club. And I will move right into the proclamation here. Whereas strengthening the unity of the United States of America is vital, and there is a need to strengthen the American heart of Emblem, the beliefs of each individual and each club. And whereas in these interests, it seems appropriate at this time to restate our citizen principles by pledging to bear true allegiance to the Constitution of the United States of America and to the flag which is the emblem of our country. And whereas, in keeping with our pledge, the Supreme Emblem Club of the United States of America has adopted the flag of our country as our order's emblem and the name emblem by which our organization is known throughout the land. And whereas we are citizens dedicated to the belief that the United States shall be sustained, preserved, and perpetuated. And whereas, in keeping with our principles, and seems obligatory that we act to more forcefully display these beliefs, that each club create an Americanism committee and originate and participate with others in patriotic community endeavors, that each emblem member complete a patriotic deed each day and engage in assisting the Americanism program of the Benevolent and Protective Order of Elks on every occasion that we are invited to participate, and that each club and club member actively work to fulfill our dedicated purposes of bearing true allegiance to the Constitution and flag of the United States of America. Now, therefore, be it resolved, I, Isaac Hodges, Mayor of the City of Brookings, do hereby proclaim the week of June 9th through June 16th, 2025 as Supreme Americanism Week. In witness thereof, I, Mayor Isaac Hodges, do hereto set my hand and cause the official seal of the City of Brookings, Oregon to be affixed this 9th day of June, 2025. And I usually have a separate.
Oh, yes.
I didn't dig far enough. All right. Would you like a photo with us handing it off? I could come down there with you.
Like to do that
Sure.
for us?
Thank you very much. Also, I would like to invite everyone to the flag ceremony that we have at the Alps Saturday, 14th. We do a parade of the flags, the history of the flags, and we will do a flag folding and do the history of that too. So you're all welcome to come. It's at 1 o'clock at the Elks Lodge.
All right, well, speaking of flags.
Yes.
All right. All right, you want to slice my hair up? Ready?
I know the family.
Okay.
He's always good at bringing some levity.
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much for taking pictures.
Thank you for coming.
Come and see us.
Okay, and next we have Yard of the Month Awards. If we wanted to speak much on that, I had the opportunity to attend both. Our commercial yard of the month was at Poncho's Restaurant and Bar. And then our residential yard of the month was over on Spindrift Lane. The owner, Barbara Price, was extremely nice.
Yeah.
And they both took pictures, and I heard they ended up like front page news. It's big time. Anything else to speak on that? No, all right. Moving on to item E then, oral requests and communications from the audience. Now I have one here, Victoria, but it's also an item on our agenda. So would you like to speak when we get to that item?
Yes, please.
Okay, perfect. So we'll hold off on that for a moment. And that was it, one request. Okay. Okay, moving on to item F, consent calendar, to approve council minutes from May 12th, 2025, and to receive the monthly financial report for April 2025. Any discussion?
I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
A second?
Call the question.
Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Fulton.
Yes.
Counselor Prada.
Yes.
Counselor Malmberg.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Moving on to item G, staff reports, public hearings, ordinances, resolutions, and final orders. Item number 1 is the Sherwood Terrace repair.
Thank you, Mayor Hodges, members of the council. Excavation by a general contractor for a home site on Shorewood Terrace resulted in a landslide in the public right-of-way, causing major damage to city facilities, including major road failures, which have caused severe severing of water main, sanitary sewer force main, and stormwater main. A staff briefed council on the Shorewood Terrace roadway failure issue at the April 14th council executive session. The city has hired an attorney to help recover the costs associated with repairs to Shorewood Terrace caused by the contractor's work on the private property where the excavation occurred. Dyer estimates the engineering work at $96,800 and the roadway reconstruction repair at $680,000 and some change. The project will be funded from the Brookings Streets Replacement Fund and water, sewer, storm. Those are all components that'll be broke down percentage-wise, the total cost, because all of them are affected in this repair. Out of those funds, with the anticipation that reimbursement from the contractor's insurance company will be received at a later date. So I've attached the staff report, or I'm sorry, the task order for your review, and if you have any questions.
If there's a need to expedite the repair with the emergency, would that come up at a next council meeting?
I think when we find out exactly what we're dealing with after the design, yeah. I mean, this is an engineer's estimate, so this is just estimating roughly what we're probably pretty close to that. But yeah, we'll make a determination.
And what's the timeline to develop these plans to?
Task order today, probably through July. I'm hoping for August bid award and construction starting mid-August. So we got mid-August, September, and into October for repairs.
Any other discussion?
I think it's just prudent that the city jump on this and not let it sit through another winter, continue to exacerbate the situation and cause further damage. So I appreciate the city just moving forward with getting it repaired, and absolutely we should be moving forward with getting reimbursed with the insurance company after it's done.
Did we want to allow her to make her comments?
Yeah, I was going to do that.
Okay.
All right, if we have any further discussion, and you want to have a motion?
I'll move to authorize the city manager to proceed with the Dyer Partnership Task Order 110 for $96,800 to develop plans for the repair of Shorewood Terrace.
I second.
Call the question.
Counselor Fulton.
Yes.
Counselor Prada.
Yes.
Counselor Malmberg.
Yes.
Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes,
The motion carries.
thank you. And Victoria, would you like to come up?
Really, I have a couple of questions, if that's okay. Yeah. First question is that, given the timeline and the concern about the weather, can you keep me apprised about how things progress? You know, can someone be in touch and say, okay, here's what we're anticipating and what it's going to entail because it impacts those of us who need to egress on the road. You know, there's a lot of factors, those of us who are below the road. So it would be helpful to know, you know, do we have to close down the house for a month or two? You know what I mean? Those kinds of things. So
Yeah.
we're permanent residents, we're not part-time.
Sure. We definitely will make sure that there's, I think, a weekly exchange of information. That's definitely the plan. And I don't mind answering a couple questions. Right now, it's mostly a comment section, not a question.
Yeah.
But I guarantee if you have a lot of those questions, our city manager would be happy to talk with you at a different time. But if you have additional comments, feel free now.
My only other comment is that there's still a safety issue with the property that's at the home front.
Okay.
That's still a big concern. We had deer in there this last week. You know, and fortunately, none of them fell in because it was a full moon. But it's concerning. And, you know,
Okay.
just keep that in mind. I don't know if there's anything that can be done. Thank you so much, and thank you. From everybody in my neighborhood, thank you that you are going to be taking care of this for us. And especially thank Tim, because he's been really great about listening to us and our concerns. So,
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. All right, moving on to G4, or G2. Is 4? Is that just me?
No, it says 4. It was-
Okay, I don't, well, whatever it is, the next one under G. Hold public hearing on state revenue sharing and adopt resolution.
Oh, yeah, those numbers are kind of messed up. Mayor, council, so here we are again. Every year we got to do this. First, I have Resolution 25R 1274, which also includes a public hearing requirement. The state of Oregon requires an opportunity for the public comment on the use of state revenue sharing funds before the Budget Committee and the City Council. The hearing before the Budget Committee was held on May 1st, 2025. A second hearing is held here tonight at this meeting. So recommend adopting 25R 1274, state revenue sharing.
Okay, I will move on to the, hold the public hearing. So the public hearing regarding the city's election to receive state revenues for 2025 to 26 is now open at 6:14 PM. Does anyone wish to comment?
It's 7:14.
Oh, sorry, 7:14.
Somebody forgot to spray forward.
Oh, I got numbers off on my sheet. I'm
Look
like,
at that
I'm gonna go
clock.
there, yeah. I actually felt a little odd coming out of my mouth. I'm like, well, thank you for that. 7:14 PM. Does anyone wish to comment? Okay, hearing no comments, this hearing is closed at 7:15 PM, and council will begin deliberations. Okay.
Discussion.
Going to move on to the next item, or do we do each one individually?
We do them individually
Okay,
normally.
so we need to adopt a resolution.
Yeah, I'll move to adopt Resolution 25-R-1274, declaring the city's election to receive the state revenues for 2025-26 fiscal year.
And I'll second. Call the question.
Counselor Pereira.
Yes.
Counselor Malmberg.
Yes.
Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Fulton.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Okay, now moving on to, sorry, I'm all twisted around here. First page here.
Page 16.
Yeah, but I'm going back to there we go. Okay, moving on to item number G3, to hold public hearing on the approval of appropriations for fiscal year 25-26 budget.
Okay, so this one is 25R-1275 to adopt the City of Brookings budget. Also includes a public hearing. So to adopt the budget, declaring taxes levied, making appropriations for the 2025-2026 fiscal year, and to categorize the levy. Again, budget law requires the city's governing body to enact a resolution adopting the budget for the next fiscal year prior to June 30th. Before we can implement the 25-26 budget and receive tax money necessary for operations. These resolutions must be adopted by the City Council. So attached is the budget with appropriations attached to the resolution. And for the total approved fiscal year 25-26 budget, $71,548,987. And general fund operating expenditures total $8,242,911, with revenue projected at $7,332,320, and contingency projected to be $689,409. We'll go over the other things in the next couple of resolutions.
Okay. We'll move into the public hearing. Public hearing regarding the adoption of the budget and making appropriations for fiscal year 2025-26 is now open at 7:18 p.m. Does anyone wish to make a comment? Okay, hearing no comments, this hearing is closed at 7:19 p.m. and council will begin deliberations. Having no deliberations, does anyone want to move to adopt a resolution?
I motion to adopt resolution 25-R-1275, adopting the City of Brookings budget, declaring tax levy, making appropriations for the 2025-26 fiscal year, and to categorize the levy.
I'll second.
I'll call the question.
Counselor Malmberg.
Yes.
Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Fulton.
Yes.
Counselor Pereira.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes,
The motion carries.
thank you. Okay, moving on to the next agenda item. This is to approve water and sewer rates and system replacement fees for 2025 to 2026.
Okay, Mayor, Council, we get to do this, three of them in one this time. Resolution 25R-1276, adopting water rates for 25-26. Resolution 25R-1277, adopting sewer rates for 25-26. And 25R-1278, adopting system replacement fees for 25-26. So the rate increases included in the attached resolution are as approved by the Budget Committee. There was a rate increase of 2.7% proposed for water, sewer, and SRFs by the Budget Committee. So we generally go off CPI annually, which was 2.7, so it's good that we don't have to go above that.
Thank you. All right, I'll move right into our public hearing regarding the adoption of the agency budget and making appropriations for fiscal year 2025.
That's for urban renewal. We don't have to do that on this.
Oh, sorry, was moved on too far.
Pause on that.
Yeah,
For a
okay.
little bit.
Any discussion?
Just before we vote on it, I want to thank Lou and her staff and the city manager for their work on these budgets, and the budget committee members who volunteered their time to oversee this and work on it.
We have one here.
We have one.
Anyone else? Anyone want to make a motion?
I'll move to adopt Resolution 25R1276, adopting water rates for 2025-26.
Second.
Can we want to do these
Do
all
we need to do
individually?
all together or individually?
The adopting resolutions, I believe, would be separate. You could say them all in one go if you want.
Yeah, I think you can say them all in one or do it separate.
Unless there's one you don't want to adopt.
Want to just amend your motion?
Sure, I'll amend my motion to adopt Resolution 25R1276, adopting water rates for fiscal year 25-26, and adopt Resolution 25R1277, adopting sewer rates for 2025-26, and adopt Resolution 25R1278, adopting sewer system replacement fees for 25-26.
I'll second. Call the question?
Counselor Martin.
Yes.
Counselor Fulton. Yes. Counselor Freda.
Yes.
Counselor Mullenberg.
Yes.
Mayor Hodges.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Okay. Moving on to the next agenda item, under staff reports, public hearing, ordinances, resolutions, and final orders. That would be increasing appropriations due to grants and donations for fiscal year 2024-25 budget.
Okay, so I usually try and do these in 2 different meetings, so it's not so confusing. So now we're dealing with the year we're in right now, 24-25. Oregon budget law allows municipalities to make transfers of appropriations through a resolution adopted by the governing body, and accept donations and grants and appropriate through a resolution. Appropriation increases are being made for donations and grants. Fire accepts a grant of $35,000 from the Oregon State Fire Marshal for wildlife season. Parks accepts a donation of $5,000 from Chetco Community Public Library and a $3,500 donation from Bob and Diane Weir for walking path improvements and benches. Accepting a grant in the Technology Fund of $4,965 from City County Insurance for cybersecurity training and awareness. In the Capital Projects Reserve Fund, the Parks Projects accepts a donation of $19,700 from Nature's Coastal Holiday for snack shack improvements, a grant of $55,000 from Oregon Parks and Rec for picnic shelters at Kidtown, and a donation of $250,000 from the John G. Atkins Foundation for the police storage training building and equipment. The Special Police Fund accepts a donation of $13,502 from Judy Schaefer for the purchase and training of a police canine. The Water System Replacement Fund accepts a grant of $10,000 from City County Insurance for fire-resistant upgrades to 3 pump stations. So recommend a Resolution 25R1280 to accept these grants and donations and make the appropriations.
Thank you. Any discussion?
Just once again, I think we did this last year as well. I'm just overwhelmingly thankful for those who have provided these donations and grants to the city, and I know that the city will make the best possible use of them to improve our community.
Agreed.
For sure. Well, I'll make a motion to adopt Resolution 25R1280, accepting specific purpose grants and donations in the General Fund, Technology Fund, Capital Projects Reserve Fund, Special Police Fund, and Water System Replacement Fund, and appropriating those funds.
A second?
I'll call the question.
Counselor Fulton?
Yes.
Counselor Freda?
Yes.
Counselor Munger?
Yes.
Counselor Martin?
Yes.
Mayor Hodges?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. Moving on to the next agenda item, increase appropriations from insurance proceeds for fiscal year 2024-25 budget.
Again, this is another Oregon budget law thing we have to do to accept and appropriate insurance proceeds through a resolution so that we can appropriate those funds to the expenditures where we need to increase because of these. Public safety is the only one in the general fund, except $14,746 in insurance proceeds for wage reimbursements and repairs.
All right, any discussion on this? Or a motion?
Make a motion to adopt Resolution 25-R-1281, adopting insurance proceeds to the general fund and appropriating those funds.
I second.
Call the question.
Counselor Freda?
Yes.
Counselor Munger?
Yes.
Counselor Martin?
Yes.
Counselor Fulton?
Yes.
Mayor Hodges?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Okay, and then last one under G, transfer of appropriations from contingency for fiscal year 24-25 budget.
Okay, so this one, budget law, again, requires us to, for you to adopt a resolution to make transfers of appropriations through a resolution adopted and transfer up to 15% of fund expenditures from contingency. If it's over 15, I have to do a supplemental budget. So in the technology program, the Technology Reserve Fund, we had unforeseen increases in computer hardware due to the phasing out of the hardware that we had to do. So I didn't budget quite enough in this year to do, so we're going to do part of them this year and part of them next fiscal year, which is next month. So yeah, so that's it, just transferring from contingency and appropriating that to computer hardware.
Any discussion? Or motion?
I'll motion to adopt Resolution 25R1282, approving appropriation transfers from contingency in the Technology Reserve Fund.
Second.
Call the question.
Counselor Munger?
Yes.
Counselor Martin?
Yes.
Counselor Fulton?
Yes.
Counselor Freda?
Yes.
Mayor Hodges?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. All right, moving on to agenda item H, informational non-action items, which is our May 2025 vouchers. If everyone got a chance to go through those, I'll move on to agenda item I, which is remarks from the mayor, councilors, and city manager. Anyone have any remarks for tonight?
Absolutely. The flowers downtown are looking amazing, in part by Zeke and Chelsea Farms and their son Wyatt and their daughter Gracie, and it always looks so nice downtown and beautiful and big, and it's so amazing. Also, I had a wonderful time at the Azalea Parade representing this amazing community. It was nice with the Councilor Pareda to be able to wave and actually see so many people that I haven't seen in a long time, so that was really cool. And of course, just a little side note on all of the grants and donations that we have in our city, the people that support and they have things that they're really passionate about and they want to give to, and I just think that's just amazing that we have such a great community here.
Absolutely.
Just a quick announcement. So I sit on the Border Coast Regional Airport Authority to represent Brookings. And I shared with you that our airport manager decided to move on and accepted a position with Arcata Airport. We held interviews last Thursday, had a lot of good applicants, and we think we have a good candidate. So more to come on that once we're dialed in on that, but there should be a new airport director fairly soon.
Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? Well, in that case, I'll move to adjourn at 7:32. And don't go too far because we're moving into the Urban Renewal Agency meeting next. I'm going to go ahead. We ready? Everyone ready? Ready for the big shift? Okay. All right. I will call to order the urban renewal meeting for the Urban Renewal Agency for the City of Brookings at 7:33 p.m. on June 9th, 2025. Roll call.
Director Malmberg.
Here.
Director Pareda.
Here?
Director Martin.
Here.
Director Bolton. Here. Chair Hodges.
Here.
We have a quorum.
All right, thank you. Moving on to the consent calendar to approve the urban renewal meeting minutes for April 28th, 2025.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
A second. Call the question.
Director Bolton. Yes. Director Pareda.
Yes.
Director Malmberg.
Yes.
Director Martin.
Yes.
Chair Hodges.
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. All right, moving on to staff reports. To hold a public hearing and approval of appropriations for the fiscal year 2025 to 26 budget.
Okay, Chair, Directors, Resolution 25R 1279 is to adopt the Brookings Urban Renewal Agency budget. The budget for fiscal year 25-26 was approved by the Brookings Budget Committee, and now we bring it here for adoption in the amount of $3,034,200. Again, Oregon budget law requires the governing body to enact a resolution adopting the budget prior to June 30th and before Urban Renewal Agency can implement the budget and receive tax money necessary for operations. There's no changes to the budget that was approved by the Budget Committee. This one includes a public hearing to begin with.
Okay, I'll move right into the public hearing. This is the public hearing regarding adoption of the agency budget and making appropriations for the fiscal year 2025 to 2026. It is now open at 7:35 PM. Does anyone wish to comment? Hearing no comments, this hearing is now closed at 7:36 PM and the council will begin deliberations. If anyone would like to adopt a resolution, that's fine.
A motion to adopt Resolution 25-R-1279, adopting the Brookings Urban Renewal Agency's budget, declaring tax increment funding as provided under Section 1C, Article 9 of the Oregon Constitution and ORS Chapter 457, and making appropriations for the 2025 to 2026 fiscal year.
I'll second.
Call to question?
Director Bolton?
Yes.
Director Freda?
Yes.
Director Malmberg?
Yes.
Director Martin?
Yes.
Chair Hodges?
Yes.
The motion carries.
Thank you. All right, moving on to item F, any agency remarks?
I just have a comment similar to what I said during the council meeting. Thank you to the staff and the budget committee members, including Kurt, who's here, for their hard work on the agency budget and the city council budget and the smooth process. And then also a reminder of the city's audits for the Urban Renewal Agency and the city budget year after year are clean, and the hard work that the staff does to be compliant for that. So thank you.
I would like to echo that as well, and Lou is already meeting with the new auditors right now and getting ready for that season. So just when
Yeah.
she puts the budget to bed, here comes the auditors.
There it
So,
goes.
yeah, stays busy.
This week, they're doing remote interim audit, and then one of them will be here, the manager will be here on Thursday for an on-site, kind of introduce herself to staff and interview staff on our internal processes and things, so.
Great.
And then they'll be back in August, into August.
That's great.
Thank you for those remarks. Anyone else? Okay, well, in that case, I will call the Urban Renewal Agency meeting to